And we're live. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing on this wonderful cold Tuesday in Toronto? Got Johnny Beane came back in. It's a glutton for punishment. Wanted to do it one more time. Hey Johnny, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, Johnny's back.
There we go. Okay, good. I see us.
Are you good?
Everything looks fine.
Everything looks cool.
There it goes.
Yeah, I decided to wear put the Johnny look on today.
Man, yeah, I've got a hat that's almost just like that.
Almost.
Actually, very close.
Cool. Let me just say hello to everybody. We got 8 people in the house. We got Dave R's Guitars. How's it going? Ben Coombs, how are you? Ed Dana just got off Ed Dana's live stream. It's been live stream today. Yeah. Fender Guru is still at work, but he's checking in. Thanks so much. Brian Cote, hey man. Brian Cote was on a live stream yesterday.
Right on.
Yeah, Paul Lou. How are you? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is well. Hey, actually, Johnny, I wanted to ask you, what's like all we've been hearing about are these the fires happening down there, man. It's like the end of the friggin' world by the looks of it. How, like, is that? I know you were mentioning the other day, like you were driving out to San Francisco and everything was kind of smoky. Like, how is that affecting you where you are?
The smoke is definitely affecting me. You can smell it. The two fires that are going on, for those of you that don't know the area, there's the one down in Los Angeles, down near Malibu.
Okay. Right.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. The other fire, they're calling the campfire fire, which is north of me, which is actually north of Sacramento.
Wow.
And that one is very bad as well. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Well, it's wiping out like entire cities, man.
Yeah. Entire cities. It's bad.
Yeah, man. Is there any progress? Like, is there any word on? I guess I can't say it's going to end whenever it's going to end, but like, are they making any kind of progress, or is that just kind of going?
What I heard earlier was the fire in Northern California was 30% contained. The one down in LA was 35% contained.
Wow. So it's still got a long way to go there, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I mean, I know that's almost a yearly thing that happens down there too, isn't it?
I would say so.
Wow.
I can remember. I guess it would have been last year. I guess there was a fire. Yeah, the one up near in Marin County. That's right. That's right. Yeah, and that one. That's much closer to me, and so the smoke was worse here where I am. I'm in Santa Cruz, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm basically 2 hours south of San Francisco.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've been to California the one time, and I remember when I was driving. Actually, funny enough, I was driving in the Malibu area up the Pacific Coast Highway. This is a long time ago. This is like in the early 90s. And I remember like these grass off the highway, like these basically like mountains off the highway. And they were like all black, because they had just had a fire there. And it's crazy. It's like, it's almost like it happens all the time. It's just like almost common now, at least from my perspective, what I'm hearing in Canada.
Yeah. I would say it's once a year, and it's terrible.
Yeah, man,
it's terrible.
It's terrible.
Thank you, Ed. Nice guitar closet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I was going to ask you about that, man. Like you're showing all your prizes there. You know, you got everybody kind of drooling, looking at all those guitars sitting there.
Yeah, it's been crazy around here. Basically moved a whole bunch of stuff around. And for those of you that, if you guys watch me over on my channel, that's not the same closet. That's a much bigger closet than what was sitting there yesterday.
That's actually really cool the way you got them all in there, man. That looks nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, I used to have that whole rack sitting over here on this side. You can't see, but the armoire or whatever it is that used to be there is now here.
Okay.
And there's just a bunch of weird stuff in there. And then the guitar rack that used to sit here is now inside there. And that, you know, opens and closes. And I figured, you know, if we're talking about music and guitars, have it open.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to pick your brain on those guitars in a minute. I just want to say a few more people. Yeah, Frank Corcoran coming in. Metallic's Music, how are you? Marco's Images. Simon Williams popped in. How are you, Simon?
Simon!
So, like, is that... okay. Is that all your guitars? Or is that just a fraction?
Those are the ones that I'm currently using, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I guess. And you can't even see, there's 3 here. There's 3 headless guitars sitting next to the couch, which you can't.
I can see the head. I can see the necks popping over. Yeah.
Yeah, you just see the white one. You can see one of the black ones, and there's another one here that's blending in that you can't see.
It's camouflaged.
Yeah. But no, those are all guitars I currently am using, I guess. But I've got a loft here right above me, and there's cases all lined up with guitars in those as well. And then I've got a little corner of a room right here, and that's where I have my amps, you know, my 5150 half stack, my 212 amp, and then I've got a few other guitars just like piled up over there.
So that brings about a question that I have, like what do you, with the guitars, like how do you decide which guitar you're going to use? Because like what do you is there anything that you're working on right now? Like, are you doing the movie stuff? Are you gigging? Like, what's going to determine which one of, because you've got so many, which one that you choose for that particular task?
Basically it all depends on the sound. That's what it's all about, the sound.
It's all about the tone. Yes.
No matter how great we think the guitar looks, no matter how great we think we look with that guitar. You know, because guitars now, they're fashion accessories. That's really what they've become. They've been that for at least 20 something years I've known of. You know, yes. I used to work in a guitar shop, and people would come in and it'd be like, you know, like going to H&M. You know, it's like, hey, how does this guitar look on me? Looks good. Okay, I'll get this one.
Does it come in a small?
Yeah. You know, and that's where you say, hey, do you want strings with that? You know?
All right. Yeah, you want strings with that. Does it come with matching shoes?
Yeah. No, seriously, that's what it's really been about. But I mean, this is entertainment. And, you know, if you're shooting a music video,
yeah,
you know, let's just say I was in a band called the Mayfire, I don't know, several years back.
Right.
I've got a couple Hamer Phantom guitars. There's one right there. And I know you guys can't really tell what's going on here because it's so far back. But,
yeah, it's a little far, yeah.
But yeah, I've got a black guitar here and then a red guitar here. Those are both the same guitar, just different colors. And I've got a white one as well. And I remember those were a couple of the main guitars I was using within this band. And the guys in the band were like, well, hey, you know, it's cool you have 3 of those, because if we shoot a music video, bring all 3 of them. You know, because you mix it up. You know, every you know shot, you got a different guitar, same guitar, different color. You know, and that goes back to the fashion accessory. That's basically what that would be.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But thank you, Randall.
We got a few more people joined in. We got Adam EVH, Mitch Heyman, Randall Fisher. How are you all? Quentin James.
Quentin.
How's everybody doing? We got 24 people in the house. Great.
Awesome.
Man. Thanks all for coming in. So,
right on.
So what do you, so just to kind of enlighten us a little bit. So let's say you're going to go do a gig. Okay, well, let's talk about the Mayfire thing. Now, you said you were playing that specific guitar. Now, what was it about that guitar that fit like that up? Well, let's talk about what kind of music it was first of all. That would help.
The Mayfire was, I think, this was back in the days of MySpace. Okay, right. Facebook had just kind of hit the scene. You know, the Facebook music apps, all that stuff. You know. But Mayfire was basically all over MySpace. You know, I remember we were actually featured on the MySpace splash page one time. Like you go to the site and it's featured band, right?
Cool.
Yeah, we were actually featured on that one time, and I remember I was leaving to go on tour to do some shows somewhere, and this is when I lived in Walnut Creek, California, and I went to the barber. Okay, because I shave my head, you guys always see me in hats. You know, the truth is I shave my head all the time. So I went to get my head done, you know, and the guys they were asking me, hey, what do you do? Blah blah blah. I'm like, hey, I'm going on tour, leaving tomorrow, you know, and blah blah blah. You know, I think we're on MySpace today. I think I heard something about that. And so they went to their computer, looked it up, typed in myspace.com, and there was my face. And they're looking at me like, that's you, man. You know?
That's awesome.
So that was cool. That was cool. But no, so the Mayfire was like garage rock. We were kind of like similar to like the White Stripes.
Okay.
If it was reversed, if it was a female lead singer.
Right.
And a male drummer. So it was kind of a reversal kind of thing. Music was, they were definitely a huge influence on that band and myself. You know, I've been a huge fan of the White Stripes since I first saw them open for a band called Garbage down in Mesa, Arizona in 2002. You know, so I've been a fan of theirs for many, many years. And so basically the way those guitars kind of played into that was our lead singer, rhythm guitarist. She played, I think she had an airline guitar.
Right.
And so it's not a normal looking Strat or Les Paul or Telly looking guitar.
Yeah.
So, and these, I should probably grab one of these, huh?
Yeah.
That'd make it easier. Here, how do I do this? Okay, hang on 1 sec.
Yeah, no worries. It's gonna, oh, Sean Marie sings. How are you? What's up, Doc? Nice to see you. Old Blue Wind. Thanks for coming in, Mr. E. Poo Ninja. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you all so much for popping in. That's great. We got 28 people watching.
Awesome. Hey, you guys.
That's awesome.
Okay. So here is.
Let's see this.
This was my main guitar for a while.
Wow.
Within that band.
What's the deal with the triple? What is that? Is that like a giant, like a double humbucker side? What the hell is that?
That's what people think. Yeah, it's a single coil on top of a humbucker, just within the same ring.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it's two different pickups.
Okay,
but it looks like three.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks like one huge, you know, mother bucker. You know, the mother bucker. You know, as far as I think Mighty Might had a mother bucker. But so this is a 1983 Hamer Phantom.
Wow, yeah, I've never seen one of those.
Right there. This was basically the am I blurry? Oh man.
Let me see that.
Got dusty, that is.
Well, it definitely looks like
go.
It's been played. You got a couple of notches out of the headstock.
Oh, dude. Actually, on tour one time, We did this. We used to play this one song at the end where the bass player and I would switch. And so I'd play bass, I'd play his bass, he would play my guitar and keyboard.
Oh, wow.
Very end of the song, he puts my guitar on the stand on stage.
Yeah.
Falls right over, hits the ground, headstock breaks right off.
Oh, man.
Okay. So if you look at the back of this headstock, you can see it's been repaired.
Yeah, I see the crack. Yeah.
See? See that?
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is.
Well, like everyone says, when you break a headstock, it actually gets stronger when you fix it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the rumor out there anyway. It's almost like first thing you want to do when you get a Les Paul is snap the neck just to get it fixed.
Oh,
stronger. I know, it's crazy.
Oh man. Oh, here's a sticker. Here's one of our stickers actually, the Mayfire, that owl.
Oh, cool. That's a
right
cool
there.
logo.
Yeah, that was actually our logo.
Yeah, that's
and then cool. Oh, there's one of my old stickers from years and years ago. JohnnyBeane.com. Right there.
That's cool. Yeah, well, I could see where that guitar, and you were mentioning your singer using the airliner. I could see where that kind of fits that White Stripes vibe.
So yeah, because it's not a normal looking,
non-traditional, yeah,
guitar, and that's one of the reasons I love them.
Yeah,
you know, I love playing something different because it makes you stick out. You know, it's like when we'd show up for gigs, we'd do a sound check, and there'd be 2 or 3 other bands there.
Mm-hmm.
They're all playing regular Les Pauls, regular Strats,
yeah,
whatever. Nothing wrong with them. I love them.
Yeah.
But I'm sound checking with this thing. Next thing you know, I got the other guitar players and the other bands coming up. Hey, what's that?
Yeah.
What is that, man? That's.
Well, I'm curious how that thing would sound with having that single coil right beside the humbucker.
It's great. I should probably do a demo with it probably. But
so like can you select, like, is there a toggle? Like, how does the toggle switch? Like, how do you pick the different pickups in there? Like, is there a single single coil position, a humbucker position? Like, is it a 3-way switch? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, there's a couple different switches, and you can switch in between the humbucker. I think you can go from the humbucker, jump over to the single coil and this coil, and then those 2 coils, and then just that. You can go out of phase within here.
You got a 5 then, like a 5 position. Well, I guess, or a combination there.
1, 2, 3. You got 3, and then a 2.
Right.
I don't know how it works.
Man, that's definitely an original, that one. And you're able to find it in 3 colors.
Yeah. Here's another one. This is a red one that I have.
Oh yeah.
Same deal. And this, same deal. Oh, this one, it looks weird because you would think that's one pickup and that's another. But
yeah,
that's a zebra.
Yeah.
That's a zebra. What is that? Probably a Duncan, probably a 59 or something. And then this is the only original DiMarzio pickup left within this guitar.
Right.
This particular one, man, these stories. Okay, I've got a white one of these.
Yeah.
An off-white one. Same guitar that I got from this guitar shop. How much was it? Probably, oh man, I can't remember. It was probably $500, $600, probably. Yeah, probably something like that. And this would have been back in 1997.
So back then, I was like $800.
1997. So
yeah, our money, $800 probably.
So I get this guitar, a white one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is cool. A week later, a friend of mine sees me walking down the street. He pulls up. It's like, Johnny, I've got this guitar. It would be perfect for you.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls this out of the trunk.
Nice.
Okay. Here, man, $150. Here you go. And okay. And it was just this. There was no bridge. There was rusted out humbucker, DiMarzio, rusted out DiMarzio single coil. So it wasn't playable. There was no bridge on it.
Right.
But he's like, $150 here, man. And I'm like, dude, I just got another one of those last week. So here I am with 2 of them. two of the same guitar. This I ended up fixing up eventually, slapped a bridge on there, put different pickups in it.
Yeah.
And then the black one, the one I just showed you, that one I got at a music store in Berkeley called the Starving Musician, I think it was, back at least 10, 11 years ago, but the white one, I ended up, that had do you remember the Washburn Wonder Bar?
Doesn't
It's
ring a
like
bell.
it's like a locking tremolo that's like this wide, and it just has nothing but tons and tons of just stuff on it. Anyway, it's a nightmare.
Right.
Nightmare to use, right? So that was on my white guitar. I took it off and I went to use a what do you call it? Drill press to drill the thing out to stick a regular bridge on it.
Mhm.
I ended up cracking the body of the white one.
Oh man.
So that one was out of commission for many years. Still kind of is actually. It's I think the wood is just too soft on it now. Anytime I've tried to get it repaired, the bridge moves, and so it's probably just a wall hanger now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I know this is very confusing, everybody. But anyway, the black guitar, that was my main one because it was the only one that worked. It was the only one that actually worked right.
Yeah.
And so that's the guitar that I was using within the Mayfire. And there's actually some live videos of us playing.
Oh, okay.
If you go to johnnybeane.com, scroll down, you'll see a link to a YouTube video of us playing in the studio down in Van Nuys, California. And I'm playing the black one.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got a few more 9 Fathoms. Got a few more people popped in. 9 Fathoms, how are you, Guitar Girl? Nice to see you. Jeff Replinger. How's it going? Bass Hiroshima Nick, how are you, sir? Cool. Got 28 people watching. This is great. Thanks so much, everybody, for popping in. Yeah, man. You know what? It would be, I think, cool if you would do like a little video playing that thing, because I'd be curious, like interested to hear what that thing sounds like.
Okay.
Just like a little, I don't know, play something on it. Just run through all the positions, and because that definitely, I've never seen anything like that. Like, that's crazy. When do those things come out? Like, was that like an early 90s guitar that just came out then, or?
No. Those particular ones there are from 1983.
Oh, wow.
Hamer first came out with a guitar called the Hamer Prototype. That's what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
And it had the electronics in it. The body didn't look like that. It
Right.
looked like maybe like what it looked like, maybe like a Hamer Sunburst, maybe like a double cut Les Paul looking kind of guitar.
Right.
I think it looked something like that, but it had those electronics, meaning the humbucker and then the single coil on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Those came out, I want to say, in early 80s. Well, if those were 83, it would have been earlier than that. So 80, 81, 82, maybe 80, maybe 79,
Yeah.
somewhere within there. And then eventually the guitar became the Hamer Phantom, which was the ones I just showed you guys.
Right. Yeah.
And those were kind of loosely based around being the Andy Summers model guitar. Andy Summers he was the guitarist in the Police.
Yeah, I know Andy. So I don't remember him playing anything like that. He was always a telly guy.
Well, yeah, you never saw him play. That's the thing, is you never saw him playing those.
Never saw him play that.
But he did play them. He played them on the Synchronicity tour very, very, very briefly.
Ah, okay.
But so that's what that kind of was, and then eventually the guitar became the Steve Stevens model. Steve Stevens played them for a while, and then is it Glenn Tippin? Is it the guy from
Glenn Tipton, yeah,
Judas Priest?
yeah.
He played them as well. So most people, if
That's
they see that guitar in that shape, they think of him and they think of Judas
Glenn.
Priest.
That's right, but I don't remember. I don't think he had that pickup configuration. I could be mistaken. I got to look back at some of the old Priest videos.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is though, when you're playing those guitars, you don't see the pickup,
Maybe,
so you don't notice that.
maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah. If anybody's got any questions for Johnny or myself, I'm looking at the chat as we go, just to so that we can see it. If you put at Johnny Beane or at Guitar Hack, then we can I can see the question right away. So that's cool. So this is you're playing these things. Is this before? Well, this obviously would have to be, or maybe not, because you said the '90s. When did you start getting into the EVH, like the PV or the Ernie Balls? Like when did you start playing that style of guitar? When did that happen?
I got the EVH Ernie Ball guitar in 1992.
Okay.
So that was my main guitar for a lot of years. 92, well, up until let me think. I think there's a good solid 10 years of that being my main guitar, the Music
Wow.
Man. And then I basically just kind of put it away. Put it in the closet. Not this closet, but
Yeah,
you know, put it away because it got to the point where it started becoming a rare guitar, you know. Plus mine is so beat up. It's trashed.
Oh, really? Eh?
I don't even know where it is. I think it's in the loft. I think it's up there. You want to see it?
Well,
I can get it if you want to see it.
hey, how long is it going to take you? Because we're going to run out of time here. Because we got to wrap up. Because you got to do your show in a couple hours.
I've got my own show to. Dang it!
You got a show at 8, John.
We
just talk to your publicist, man. Get your timing straight.
Maybe we can just roll straight on through, maybe.
Yeah, well, it'd be a hell of a long show, I'll tell you that. That's
okay, well, anyway, I've got videos on my channel of me playing. Just search EVH Music Man Johnny Beane or whatever, and a video will pop right up, and it'll be me talking about that guitar.
I have the later version of that guitar because I've got a Music Man. It's the Access.
Yeah.
Super Sport, right?
Yeah.
So you're familiar with that? It's got the 5-position switch on it.
Oh, dude, that's cool. I've always liked that one.
Yeah,
because you get more choices of tones of sound.
Yeah, you get more sounds out of it, and that because they make the Access, which is just your 3-position toggle switch, right? And then they make the Super Sport, which is a 5. They look identical, but with the Super Sport with the 5 switch, you can get the single coil sounds out of it as well.
Oh man, I like that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I call it the Swiss Army knife because, you can get all kinds of sounds out of that. It's super versatile, more so than the regular Access is. Yeah, and I think it's like, so your guitar, that Ernie Ball, does it just have the 3-position switch on it? Is that what they were back then?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's basically it's a Les Paul with the Floyd Rose is really what it kind of is.
But the shape is the same, I believe, no? And the neck profile and headstock and all that?
As far as the Music Man EVHs and the Access guitars, the body shape on the front is the same.
Right.
On the back, they're different. On the back, on yours, it probably has a contour.
I have a contour. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The EVH doesn't.
Oh, it's just a flat back, eh?
Flat. Yep. Just flat. As far as the necks, the necks are actually a little different too.
Oh, okay.
The Eddie guitars are very, very, very tiny. They're very, very small up here, and they just get like slightly bigger as you go down.
Ah,
Whereas the Axis guitars start small and get much bigger, much wider, I guess.
yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I think it's, I I'm thinking about it. I don't notice that. I think it's the same all the way through. I don't know.
Well,
I
I
got to
don't
pick
think
it
they.
up. I haven't picked it up in a while. I got to check that out. But it's from what I recall, it pretty much. I know what you mean about it widening out. I mean, but I
Mhm.
don't think mine does. Actually, Brian Cote has a question. Oh, it's for me. Do you play the Ernie Ball live? Yeah, I do. I gig with that guitar a lot. Um, and one thing I got to say about that guitar, like it's got, it's got the whammy on it, and it's that thing is rock solid, man.
Mhm.
And it doesn't have the locking, it doesn't have the, the what do you
The
call it?
locking nut. The locking
Lock.
nut.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a locking nut on it. It has the locking tuners, but not the locking nut. And that thing just, yeah, it's rock solid. And the only reason I don't do, my drummer hates that guitar for whatever reason. He doesn't like the tone of it. And yeah, it's crazy, eh? And whenever I bring it out, he says, I don't use that. I think it sounds great. He just doesn't like it. I love my Les Pauls, and when I gig, I have to play my Les Paul because of my drummer. Just kind of weird. Yeah, so the drummer telling the guitar player, like I should be telling him what snare to use. We got
Well,
Mr. BHB Bruce is in the house. How are you, sir? Thrash Metal, how's it going? BB
yeah.
Ninja, how you doing, man?
Thrash metal. This is a rerun. I just happened to say that, and you just happened to hear it.
Yeah, we did this last week. It's a premiere.
Man, those got old quick, didn't they?
Yeah, you know what? I did one, eh? I did my first one. When the hell did I do that? Last week.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It's like,
I was very excited about those. I heard about those like 3 months ago,
yeah.
and couldn't wait. Couldn't wait
Oh yeah.
to get one, right? And then finally I got one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is great. I'm gonna do all my videos like this. Premieres for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I thought about it, and I saw some stuff online, people talking about it and stuff. And they're saying, yeah, you don't want to abuse that. Okay, then they'll get sick of it. Oh, another video premiere. Who cares?
Yeah.
So the thing is with premieres, you want to save those for like very, very special videos. Very
Right.
special. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why if you notice I haven't done one, and I don't even know the last one I did.
Well, I think you were the first one that I saw, right? And that's the one when you were playing the guitar in that in the Guitar Center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That I think that's yeah. Did you do one after that? I don't think you did.
Most of the very first premiere video I did was me talking about premieres, basically telling people what it was.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
that was the first one that I did, and then the EVH Con happened at Greenwich Music in
Right. Right.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
and people that were there were sending me videos, saying, "Hey,
Hmm.
Johnny, post this on your channel for me, thank you." And so I got what maybe three or four videos that I posted up doing them as premieres,
Oh, okay.
you
Yeah, I
know,
didn't catch that.
which was cool. And then I did the one of me. I was trying to clean out my phone. I've got something like 500 videos or something on my phone, and it's slowing down and
Right.
whatever. I thought that stuff was in the cloud, but apparently it hogs up your actual phone too.
Mm.
Um, and so anyway, I was scrolling through and I was deleting stuff, and I found a couple clips that I hadn't uploaded. Like that guitar. which is actually that one there, which is an EVH Wolfgang, Japanese body, Chinese neck, just a guitar that was just thrown together from parts.
Right.
You know, and I took it to the shop to get worked on, and they wired it up incorrectly.
Yes.
It was the worst sounding guitar I'd ever heard. Yeah. And I told them, the thing is, this was in a store an hour north of me, you know, and I had to be another couple hours north later on that day. So I picked up the guitar, I plugged it in, and I just happened to have an Allen wrench, you know, in the case, I guess. I'm tapping on the pickups. I'm like, huh, I can't hear this pickup. This pickup works, this one doesn't. And I'm telling them that, and they're like, no, it's correct. It's correct. And I'm like, no, this is not right. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here, you know. So I split, and then I end up at a Guitar Center in Concord, California, and I filmed a video with it, you know. And then so I was playing it, and if you watch that video, the more I'm playing it, the more, if you look at my face, I'm like, man, this sounds awful. Meaning the tone, not my playing, just the actual tone of the sound. Man, this sounds terrible, you know. But the thing is, it really didn't sound that bad, but that's not how that guitar should sound. That guitar should, unless that guitar had a coil cut on it and a phase reversal switch, then yeah, that sound should be there. But if it's a regular Les Paul setup, three-way toggle, it should not sound like that. A couple wires are mixed up.
Right.
You know? So
you did an after then, didn't you? Didn't you do like an after where you had it wired correctly, and then you could hear it instantly?
You can instantly hear the difference. Yeah. And the thing is, I could have fixed that guitar. I could have fixed it, but I took it to a store to fix it, and they did that, and I paid like $300 to get this thing up and running, you know. So I'm like, man, you know, I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna prove to them it's wrong, have them do it on the spot, you know, show them, you know, on my phone, hey, this is a diagram of how it actually looks. And they looked at it, and I think it was a different tech or something, and he took it back, brought it back out. I'm like, nope. Not yet. Take it back again, bring it out. Okay. All right. I can hear that one. Okay. All right. Plug it in. Yeah, it sounds great. Thank you.
There you
go. Never going back there again. Never going back to those guys, man. It was not. And then they were making fun of me. You know, it's an Eddie Van Halen guitar, right? And one of the guys that worked there, he made some comment to me like, what do you think you're Eddie? Or some insult, and I was like, man,
what's that about, man?
Yeah, it was lame. It was lame. It wasn't cool. Cool. So yeah, I'm never going back to those guys. And I tell you guys who they were, but you know, that's not who I am.
Suave Trainwreck is in the house. How are you, Thomas San Diego? Thanks for popping in.
Hey, dudes.
You know, it's funny that your first, or at least the one that I'm aware of, is the one where you had a issue with equipment that didn't work and you're picking it up. My first premiere was exactly the same topic, actually. Yeah, it was, but it wasn't a guitar, it was an amp. So my first premiere was, I called it the Amp Chronicles. Because what it was is I got a Marshall DSL combo, and I had it at a gig, and usually what I use pedals in front, and I use the amp for a clean platform. So what happened was, you know, I'm at the gig, I plug everything in, everything's good to go, and then I turn it on, and my volume was just, it was going up and going down, going up and going down, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? You know, I got to play in like 15 minutes, right? Like,
no.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I just started fumbling with with channels, and I got a half power switch in the back. Anyways, I got it to work, but I had to use the dirty channel. But then, so I had to turn the gain way down and the volume way up to keep it semi clean. And I played that I played it that way. So I took it, I have warranty on this thing, right? So I take it in, and I told them what the problem was and this and that, and then they call me about a week and a half later, and I already know because I've had experience before with this, right? And I called them up and I said, is there any note? Did they do anything to the amp? And here's the words that I hate to hear. Oh, they tested it and it's fine. Right? So I go to pick it up, and I look at the amp, and I noticed that they hadn't tested any of the channels. They basically tested it. It was still set the way I had left it from the gig. And of course it worked, right? So they didn't, I asked them check the clean channel. They didn't. They left it on the dirty channel. So what happened is somebody plugged it in for 2 minutes. Oh yeah, there's no volume swell, send it back. Right? Turns out it was the clean channel that they never tested. So like I did a little bit of research, and I found that the clean channel uses there's 4 preamp tubes in there, and it uses one specific tube in position 1. So I'm like, you know what? I went there the next day, bought the preamp tubes, a 12AX7, and brought it home, pulled the old one out, put the new one in. Now it's fine. And this is what I'm paying my warranty. This is what I get for my warranty money.
Yeah, man.
And ironically, the same day that I go to pick it up, I get an email to extend my warranty for another year. Yeah, I'm going to do that so that you guys can listen and then send it right back to me. Like, come on, man. It's just... It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So how's the music? Are you doing formal lessons, or you're learning stuff on your own, right?
Me?
Theory?
Music? I'm doing stuff on my own and stuff online. Stuff online, different a combination.
Right.
Combination of different stuff.
And is it are you find it's helping? Like, how's it coming along?
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's I'm a totally just self-taught, guitarist. For many years, and just jumping right into the music theory and learning some of the piano. This stuff.
Right.
It's. I was actually talking about this to somebody I ran into the other day. Somebody was asking me if we were talking about music theory and all this, and they were asking, well, having all those years of experience of playing an instrument, does it make it easier learning the technical stuff?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah. Yes, it makes it much easier learning the stuff,
So, like, what theory did you know? I mean, you got to know some, right? Especially like if you're doing what you were doing, like even when you're just playing in a cover band, you got to know, or playing in bands, period. You got to know some theory.
Well, that's the thing. Well, I can just speak for myself. Everything that I've known all these years, it's just all been just by sound.
Okay.
I don't know what chord I'm playing. Well, yes, I do know a basic. I know an A chord. I know a D. I know an E. I know the basic stuff.
Right.
But I do a lot of I make up a lot of my own chords, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the sound is called when you mix these two notes together, this way backwards. I don't know what that's actually called. It sounds cool. Sounds weird.
So you're creating your own inversions then?
Yeah.
By ear.
Yeah, for years. For years and years and years. And then now I'm learning, that's actually called this.
Oh, wow.
That's called a fifth. That's a seventh. That's a blah blah, whatever.
Wow. But
Um,
when you're soloing and stuff, though, like, is that like, is that the same thing? You're just kind of playing the notes by ear, or did you know like at least a pattern? Did you learn from
no,
patterns? Because that's what a lot of us do. Well, that's what how I started with was with learning a bunch of patterns and stuff.
no, I've never known any of that stuff.
Oh wow.
It's just by ear, just by what sounds good to me, what sounds right, you know. But I mean, if you're learning, like let's say, you know, the bands that I've joined or cover tunes I've had to learn, whatever. Yeah, you learn all that stuff, but you memorize it.
Right.
You memorize I guess the pattern of this or that or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say if I'm improvising or if I'm writing my own solo, my own whatever,
Yeah.
it's just whatever sounds good.
That's that's a lot of exploration though. Like I mean, you got that's a lot of trial and error. Like I'm sure there were a lot of bum notes before you found the right one, or do you just kind of know automatically it's a tone, it's a semitone up from that, that's going to work. That's not going
Um,
to work.
no, no, I never knew any of that stuff. I don't know if I should be saying this. um,
Johnny revealed.
yeah, yeah. There we.
Oh,
Um,
he's sweating now.
um, no. I technically I never knew. Oh, this connects to that. This note, you know, the circle of fifths. This, is relative to this. You can use these notes. There's these many sharps within this key signature, so you can use these. So these notes will work together. I never knew any of that. Technically, all that technical stuff, I never knew any of that. I just knew that, hey, this note sounds good on top of this note. This works with this. The tension. This builds more tension if I go this way on. Just by sound.
So that's like, and that, because I don't know, like that just kind of blows my mind. I mean, that would involve, to me anyway, so much trial and error. But you're saying that there wasn't any trial and error.
In the very beginning, yeah. Well, that's all there was error. When you're first starting out, it's just all errors. But the more you do it, the more you do something, even though if you don't know technically what you're doing, the more you just do it. You just learn. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Or you've got your own little set of licks that you do. I've got certain little licks that I do. And
Right.
I know, I can do this lick over this and it works.
Good night,
and
Simon.
and it
Simon's going
sounds
to bed.
fine. Simon,
Simon's going to bed.
what
It's
time is
late
it?
in the UK. Well, we
What?
got
It's almost midnight. It's almost
yeah,
midnight.
we got a few more people. We got a 64 T-Bird. How are you? Foul Fish. Nice to see you. JJK House of Harleys. How are you, sir?
Yo, JJ.
Oh, and Terry's in the house as well.
Terry.
Yeah, that blows my mind, man. Because I mean, I'm not a theory guy either. You know what? And this might sound a little bit weird, but like, I learned. I mean, I know the not all the notes on the neck, but like just the root and the basically I just know the root notes. So like, anything on the E, A, and D string basically, but higher than that, I don't really know. And I learned from playing a lot of patterns and stuff like that. So, and then the rest of it, I use my ear, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it wasn't for me learning initially those patterns, when I say patterns, I'm talking like, the stuff that everybody knows, the blues, pentatonics and all that kind of baloney. Like that if I didn't have that blueprint, I don't think I could just go to a guitar and just know that note's going to work. And for you to be able to do it without the help of at least a pattern, that kind of blows my mind.
it's just sound.
Yeah.
It's just I mean, if you want to go way back, which I think we kind of did last time, I grew up on classical music.
Yeah,
I grew up on Arthur Fiedler, the Boston
Yeah.
pops,
Boston Pop.
listening to sounds of cellos and
Yeah.
you know, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, just getting that stuff just burned into my head from a very, very early age,
Yeah.
and then picking up an instrument and creating, you
Yeah.
know, writing my own stuff or whatever. You just get a sense of hey, you know, this works with this whatever. It's like
Yeah.
I never even knew the names of the notes. You know, if you look on this keyboard, I had to put stickers on there. This is I did that probably 4 years ago.
Hmm.
You know, because there was a about 4 years ago I was jamming with some people and I had some original tunes and I was trying to get something together at that time and I ended up moving down here so it didn't work out. But I played guitar and I would play this. I'd play the keyboard, but just
Hmm.
totally just self-taught,
Right.
you know, and you know, use it for cool effects, cool whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just
No, that's cool, man. You you
it's
you have a gear that I don't have. I need to be set on the path, and you instinctively know. That's really cool. Now let me ask you something. Now that you're learning, now that sort of all the mysteries are being revealed,
yes, yeah.
does that now make you a little more analytical? Like, are you thinking to? Because sometimes you just want to play and not think. But now, are you actually like find yourself getting caught in what you're doing and like, oh, that's this, oh, that's that, or going for something that you maybe you normally wouldn't go for
Um,
because you know that it's going to work theoretically?
yeah, I'm starting to learn. I'm starting to learn. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm starting to where I'm starting to think in a different way. But the thing is, I don't want to lose, you know, what I
The
had all
fluidity.
these years of
Yeah.
just the hey, just jumping in and not knowing, you know, getting on stage, you know, not knowing what key they're in, nothing, whatever, and just going for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to lose that. But I think learning the stuff that I'm learning, it's going to add to it, but the attitude is still the same. The attitude is not going to change.
Yeah.
You know.
It's almost like revealing the mysteries. It's almost kind of like taking the magic away a little bit, though, isn't it?
So,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, like oh, there's an invisible string there. I didn't know that. On an air guitar, there's invisible strings. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know
Yeah,
what you
because
mean.
you like, you know, you really you want to play with your ear, you know, and have your ear dictate where you go, and not you don't want to make it cerebral.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That part's not going to change, but I think as far as learning stuff faster,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because I play in a band up in Oakland where I do play other people's music and I have to learn their songs and there's chord sheets and stuff. You know, I
Mm,
go off. If you guys watch, you know, actually we're playing a gig coming up next month, or is it maybe in January? We're playing a dinner show,
oh, cool.
making some of that. You know, um,
You got to play very quiet so they can talk.
yeah,
Well,
but yes, yes. But no, this whole dinner show is based around this band.
oh,
And
okay.
so they
That's
know
funny.
we're gonna be rocking out.
Oh, cool, cool.
We've
That's
done
fun.
I've done these gigs probably 3-4 times already in the past, but if you I'll probably stream some of that actually.
That'd be cool.
I'll be streaming some of that stuff. But if you see if you see me, you'll see a music stand in front of me, and
Right.
you'll see you know sheets of you know you'll see papers, and it'll have chords written all over it, chord changes, you
Mm,
know, solo, you know, solo in C, you know, whatever, just little hints,
right.
little hints of stuff. You know,
Start in this key. Please.
yeah, yeah. But as far as the music theory and all that stuff, it'll help me learn things faster. I think because I'm not only um, the thing with music theory is you don't have to be in front of an instrument. You can just think about the stuff in your head. You memorize. You learn. You know.
Hmm.
You know the key signature of A has three sharps. You know,
Yeah.
or D has two. You know, or whatever it is, and then you just kind of learn. You know where those are at, and it just makes it. I don't know.
What? So you got? Are you learning all the notes on the fretboard? Because you got to know where
Um,
everything is to make it sharp. Or sorry, those three sharps are to make it. You know what I mean?
yeah, you have to know where that stuff is. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. The fretboard, I've kind of known. I mean, if I look at it, if I'm playing, I look down, I can figure out where I
You
am.
figured out. Yeah.
You know, there's F, you know, F sharp, G, you know, whatever. Um, but yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess hopefully the stuff's making me a little smarter. Um,
Well, can't hurt.
but no, no, it can't, and it's supposed to make everything, you know, bigger and better.
So Terry's asking to ask you about the forest fires. Yeah, I did, Terry. That's we talked about that at the top. So if you want to go back and listen to that, Jason Wade's in the house. How are you, Jason Wade?
Jason, what's up, you guys? And yeah, Terry, yeah. As far as the fires, I'm where I am. I'm fine. It is a bit smoky out, um, but it's very bad. It's terrible.
BV Ninja's saying that you need the Fretboard Hero app.
Oh man, is it free?
I don't know, BV, is that free?
I'll check it out. I've got a couple different apps.
Oh, R2R3 is
that I
here. How
use.
are you, man?
Hey, shout out R2R3.
R2R3.
There you go.
There you
That'll end, that'll end up over in the Discord.
go. Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, I said I wasn't going to keep you past 7. It's 6:58 right now. So if you want to wrap this up, but oh, Jeff Underwood's here too. Hey, Jeff. So I'll just open it up. If there's any last minute questions for Johnny or myself, please pop them in now because Johnny's got to go. He's got to get ready for his show later on. I say this every show, Johnny. So if you haven't subbed to myself or Johnny, please do. I've got some channels below, links to channels. Please sub to those. Let's sub to everybody else. Let's keep building this community. Let's keep it a
Just be careful.
place.
Just
What's that?
be careful. Don't say sub for sub. Make sure
Hey,
you don't,
no,
don't
no,
say
no,
that.
no, no,
Don't
no.
say that.
No. Everybody in here is music related. So it's okay. Because I've been getting, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that, Johnny, because I've been getting some just crazy people subbing me, and it's like, sub me back. And then I go to their channel and they're like, I don't know, talking about grapefruit or something like no.
It's a useless thing to do that.
Yeah. No.
Because
if it's not music related,
if,
I don't reciprocate.
If it's not related to what you're doing,
no.
If it's not related at all, it's pointless.
Yeah.
It's pointless because 10 times out of 10, they're going to unsub you as soon as you sub to them. They're going to
unsub. Yeah, you see your number. You can tell right away because your number's just fluctuating, eh? You know, it was funny because a few weeks back I hit 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to say anything because what happened was like I get these people and then I'd go over 200 and then I wouldn't sub back and then I'd see it drop again. It was just like, so it literally took about a week before I actually really passed 200 where it was solid. So it's kind of funny. Oh, EJ's Guitars is here. How are you? Yes, Dana. I get that crazy stuff. Yeah, just weird. I had one. It was like a kids channel. They were like had like videos on like singing pigs and stuff. Yeah, just crazy stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not going to participate in that.
Yeah, yeah, it's you know, I've been on YouTube for what, 12 years, I guess.
Wow.
And I would post videos here and there. It was never like a daily thing. It was never a weekly thing. It was just, you know, whenever I thought about it, oh, you know, I'd film Howie, my Dalmatian, you know, yawning or doing something,
Yeah.
saying, you know, speaking, you know, whatever it was. And I'd post it up and be like, oh, that's cool. You know, that's whatever. And then eventually I started doing the guitar stuff, did some lessons, did some Eddie Van Halen, you know, lessons and stuff.
Cool.
And, you know, some of that stuff, you know, people really liked it, like
Sure.
that kind of thing. And then eventually I started doing like basically what I'm doing now, which is just talking, well, what we're doing,
Right.
doing this, you know, and, that became like a 3 times a week thing. We would go live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern for quite a while, you know, and then eventually we had to switch the schedules around. So now it's just Tuesdays and Fridays, you know, 8 o'clock Eastern, where we're actually where that's the actual schedule, where people know, you know.
Yeah, you gotta have a specific, like, yeah, because you can't switch the time all the time, because people, you know, they need to know that, oh, it's Tuesday, it's Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's, yeah, having a schedule, that's very important. But I guess what I'm saying is YouTube for me, it wasn't an everyday thing. It wasn't, oh, gotta make another video. Oh, that last video got 200 views. Oh, this next one has to get 300. You know, it was never that. I need subscribers. I gotta get more. It was never about that to me. In fact, I always felt embarrassed. I always felt weird saying, hey, subscribe to my channel, like my video. You know, for years, I never did any of that kind of stuff. It just made me feel like cheap. You know, like, hey, like begging, please subscribe to me, please.
Yeah.
Please like me, please. You know, and so I never did that stuff. Never, ever. And then eventually, when you start to gain an audience, where people show up, you know, video after video, especially nowadays live, everybody wants everything live now. Yeah. Everything you do now, it's live. It has to live. You know, we'll do it live. You know.
Yeah.
That's how it is now. So now it's like just uploading a video by itself. It's like, this is an upload. Boo. You know?
Yeah.
I want to jump in the chat and mess with this guy. That's that's people's thought process nowadays, you know?
We got a bunch of people that just popped in here at the end, and always at the end, right? You got 65 Jag is here. Tone Bolts, Scotty G. How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody's well. Yeah, like the like and subscribe thing, like with me, it's more like, you know, the more people, and again, it's I stick with the music related stuff. It's like if somebody subs me, there might be something cool that, you know, more cool content for me to look at, that type of thing. I'm not, for me, this is totally a hobby. If it becomes a job, then that's when I'm out. You know? I just do this strictly for fun. So,
hey, Guitar Girl.
Guitar Girl. Sorry to anyone who said hi. I'm on my phone with wet hands. Okay, good to know. Yeah. So, yeah. Alrighty, you know, yeah, it's 5 after 7. So I'm gonna let Johnny go because he's got things to do and he's got to get ready for his show. So everybody, pop back in, watch Johnny live in a little less than 2 hours. I want to thank Johnny again for coming back on. Again, man, the hours just flew by, man.
Dude, what happened?
I know. I know, it's crazy, man. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is, man. That's why That's why 1 hour is never enough.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
that's why we do 2 hours.
yeah.
And even 2 hours is like, wow, that just flew right by, you know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes on Friday nights we do 3 hours.
Well,
Actually, no, on Fridays we do 5 hours.
oh my
We do
God.
a total of
That's too
5 hours
much.
on Fridays.
I couldn't do that. That's too much, man. That's too much. Yeah, I don't think I could do 5 hours. That's a bit much. Yeah, so check out Johnny in a couple hours. I'll be
In
on
1 hour,
again. Or
less than an hour. We'll be live in less than an hour.
oh, sorry, I said 2 hours. Yeah, I was thinking 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's right. We started at 6. Yeah, less than an hour. John will be on, so I'm gonna let Johnny go. I'll be on again on Thursday with the Guitar Pit, so check that out. 7 o'clock Eastern on Thursday. Again, thanks so much, Johnny. This was a blast, man. It's always a lot of fun having you on, brother.
Yeah, hey, you're gonna have to jump in over with me sometime.
Hey, man.
You know.
Say the word, brother. I'm there. Okay, so thanks everybody for popping in. We got 41 people watching, man.
Awesome. Everybody leave a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Leave us a thumbs up. Subscribe to Guitar Hack.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks everybody for popping in. Hope everybody had a great time, and see Johnny in less than an hour. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Take care.